Oh, it's not Halloween, Chase. Is it recording?
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay.
Wasn't sure.
He's up. Yes! Because I walked in here and I went, he goes, that means up.
That's the feeling of
The Mandalorian Season 2 finale made Kevin Smith cry. I will say this. Let's spin some straw into gold. Before I left the house this morning, I was looking through. You know who Tyrone Magnus is. You know. He, on his Patreon, he did a full reaction to it because you could do that. I'm still working on the Patreon.
Okay.
He admitted he cried. And I'm like, are you serious? Somebody that has... It's time for the sequel trilogy of Star Wars. Somebody who hates the sequel trilogy, the 8 and 9 more so than 7, I was shocked that he overwhelmingly loved not only that episode, but the whole season. So I saw that and I'm like, Dan, can I just show you what we saw? He's like, I'm never going to watch it, so why not? And I was like, we have a reaction. Okay. So we're going to get through this sequel trilogy bit right here. Chase, 2015, December. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
A year, January, February, March. A year, 3 months and some change before we all met in 2017, March 2017. Mm-hmm. What were you thinking? A, when you first heard that Lucasfilm had been bought by Disney, and B, shortly thereafter, once this was announced, going into it, what saith you?
I would say at first, you didn't think too much about it. Like I said,
The track record?
Yeah, like I said, the track record is always supposed to speak for itself.
You know,
So you would assume it's like, hey, if you're buying into a franchise, the franchise should stay as the franchise is.
Right.
Like I said, once again, the word canon comes to mind. I would rather see what we need to see.
Boobies.
Not extra stuff. Don't feel like you have to include everything. Like I said, a lot of times
less is more.
Less is very much more. Especially when you get more and more campy jokes. It's like, look, I'm not coming to a sci-fi movie for jokes. I'm in it for action. I'm in it for a good storyline. Entertain me or don't.
Or don't.
And then that's when you decide when you stop giving people your money.
Oh, I had that moment. Oh, you guys know I had that moment.
Multiple moments like that.
You like my forehead, people? It is shiny.
Hold on, see if I can turn my head. Give you that.
Is it recording?
Yeah. Give me the William Shatter beam of light across my forehead.
There's something on the camera.
Mr. Zulu.
Oh,
let's go. Oh my.
I would say that is a fair assessment. Daniel, something?
I mean, it was going to be a cash grab, is all pretty much what it was. It was just throwing things.
Yeah. Well, I think, like you said, once Disney, once you entertain Disney in itself is cash grabbing.
Right.
At its finest.
Yeah.
And it has been since.
Well, Star Wars is doing that
teacups
since
were originally installed at the theme park. Walt had a dream, and it's going around.
I can't say that Family Guy joke.
You know.
Love that joke.
The house.
The House of Mouse. Yeah, I have a little bit of a different take on this.
Okay.
I was so, not distraught, but the franchise was so ruined for me after episode 1 and 2. 3 did very little to flex tape it back together.
Yeah.
Look, no more leaks. Well, I'm gonna find some. plus the Marvel Cinematic Universe was going on.
Yeah.
And I was fresh off seeing Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And this is an unpopular opinion. That was, is, and will probably still forever be my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Because it so well blended the realism with the characters from a comic book. I can find no fault to that movie. I'm sure if you break it down and analyze it, you can find something. I guess a close second would be Infinity War.
Yeah.
Endgame, maybe on a third, but that's just way too long. I've only seen it the one time with you in a theater.
Oh, I've seen it multiple times. Yeah.
It is long.
Because usually once those movies come out of the theater and come out on digital, I'll buy it so I could just throw it to the TV.
Yeah.
You won't find Endgame on here. The last movie was Infinity War. You damn sure ain't gonna find Black Panther or Captain Marvel. But that's something for another day. We're not going on a Marvel tangent. I thought Star Wars was in some fresh, new hands.
Supposed to be.
I was like, oh, J.J. Abrams?
Realize whose hands they were.
I didn't know anything about a Kathleen Kennedy back then, which I should have known because, what was it, a couple years ago? I was watching something on YouTube and I screen grabbed it, and I think I said it to both of you.
Yep.
Where it was Gremlins 2, the new batch. Executive producer, one of the three, Kathleen Kennedy. So I saw this 5 times in the theater within the span of like 2 weeks. Opening day, opening night, opening day. Those first 2 were in 3D. I saw it with Nanny. I saw it a 4th time by myself, again in 3D. No, I'm sorry, I took Jeff. I think I took Jeff to it. Not that Jeff.
You gotta see this.
Little Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
And my brother-in-law, we went to see it, and it's just standard here in Richmond, actually, because he has glasses. He can't do the 3D because of a headache. So I never got tired of watching this. I was just so enthralled, but I got spoiled before the movie about the major death. I knew that going in the first night. And I was like, well, it makes sense because he's been very vocal about
Hatred.
Well, no, I mean, Return of the Jedi, he thought that Lucas had killed him in the carbonite. So, that being said, I love this movie. Hindsight, it's okay.
Yeah.
I know it's a cash grab, and it's basically A New Hope 2.0.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess I still have nostalgia. So it's good. Flip it, reverse it.
Thanks, Missy.
I think it's nostalgia glasses. I haven't seen these guys in years.
Yeah.
These characters. So I'm trying to gush as much as I can because up here, I know what's behind this wall right here, and it's wanting to come out. So I'm holding it back, gushing about this movie. So let's just get to the...
The following trailer is rated S for spoilers, but come on, you know you've already seen this movie.
Gonna need it.
From the company that owns everything you know and love, and Diet Spielberg, comes a movie that had to satisfy decades of pin-up nerd expectations, make up for the prequels, introduce the franchise to a new generation of fans, make enough money to justify Disney's $4 billion investment, and also, you know, be good. So, no pressure. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The Force has awakened, and its first order is to revitalize the franchise while setting the stage for an amazing expansion of the Star Wars cinematic universe.
By shamelessly remaking A New Hope.
What the? Who are you?
I'm the original Honest Trailer voice, and the originals are always better.
Yeah, you wish. Now pipe down. I've got the best movie of the year to talk about.
Best? Oh man, I'm not going anywhere. Someone has to stop you from going full fanboy.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. All your favorite characters are back for another adventure. Leia, Chewie, Han.
And they all look really old.
Okay, but these living legends are passing the torch to a new generation of heroes, like Rey, an orphan scavenger who's so poor she has to make her own Star Wars action figures. She's a multilingual expert mechanic slash ace pilot slash force-using badass.
Who's so good at everything it makes her character completely uncompelling.
How dare you?
I mean, come on. How is she so good at everything?
Because, you know, she has the Force, and it's awakening, and the Force makes you awesome.
That's not how the Force works.
Shut up, Han Solo. But Rey's not the only one obsessed with Star Wars. Meet Kylo Ren, a brooding Jedi outcast, torn between his family legacy and the dark side. Never before has Star Wars had a villain so layered, so complex.
And so whiny. He acts like a goth kid who can't find his eyeliner.
You know what? If you're gonna keep butting in, why don't you just take over?
Now we're talking. Gear up for a film so desperate to recapture the magic of the first Star Wars. It practically is the first Star Wars. Featuring a desert orphan finding a cute droid with top secret information who escapes the Empire thanks to the Millennium Falcon, visits a shady cantina, learns about the Force from a tiny alien, watches a man in black kill her mentor, then helps destroy a Death Star by deactivating a shield generator so that X-Wings can make a trench run.
It's another Death Star.
Oh man.
But it's so much more than a rehash of everything that made A New Hope great. It's got all new stories to tell, like Finn, a conflicted First Order stormtrooper turned rebel, hunky badass Poe Dameron, and don't forget Captain Phasma, an awesome-looking stormtrooper commander
who's completely wasted in just 91 seconds of screen time that end with her useless character getting thrown in the garbage.
Yeah, they totally wasted Brienne of Tarth. But get ready to speculate as Abrams plants the seeds of questions that will drive fans wild with anticipation. Like, who is Snoke? Who are Rey's parents? And why does R2-D2 suddenly wake up?
Plus, questions that will annoy the rest of the fans. Like, why does R2-D2 suddenly wake up? Why is everyone in the galaxy either a Skywalker or a Solo? And why would we expect the guy who
it's,
lost to have good
you know that
answers
guy.
for any of these questions?
Greg Grunberg.
Good question. For another time.
Man, is there anything we can agree on about this movie?
I don't know. How about on the count of three we name our favorite parts?
Matt.
You ready?
Yes. Matt Park.
1, 2,
Not the
3.
Kylo Ren stops a blaster bolt.
Flying through a crashed Star Destroyer.
Poe Dameron's beautiful face. Admiral Akbar. Okay, now least favorite. Leia hugging Rey instead of Chewie after Han Solo dies. Did we just become best friends?
Yes.
Starring
Lay AARP.
Mary Sue.
Better Anakin.
FM 2187. Hey, that's my pin number.
Han Polo.
Emperor Voldemort.
R2-D2 2.
Han Solo.
A list of the perfectly good The Raid cast.
The easiest money Mark Hamill ever made.
And Butthole Eyes.
Star Wars, a familiar hope.
Familiar hope.
Well, nice meeting you, other epic voice guy.
May the voice be with you.
Hey guys, any reason why you didn't invite me?
Who are you?
I voiced the first ever Honest Trailer, remember? In 3D!
Hey guys, don't forget about me. I did Avatar.
Ooh, man, I love how you said bloobs.
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 Bleeps.
Boobs!
Bloobs.
Bloobs.
Bleeps.
Hey guys, I heard you were having a voice party.
I know
How
who
do you all
that
get in here?
I got some pizza rolls in my underwear if you want some.
Maybe you should consider locking your booth.
Be sure to
Mr.
subscribe.
Plinkett, a.k.a. Meister Clausen from Red Letter Media. What, am I showing you too much of the sausage and how it's being made? Well, when they put it like that.
Never eat sir.
You'll never take it. Throw it, Dan. Throw it, Dan.
never should have taken that sip.
Had that honest music.
2 hours and 31 minutes and 50 seconds. Preview only. This is just for a preview. It's the whole movie. Maybe with some honest.
Chase, I'll let you go first. Or do you want me to just take the reins on this?
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's not right. It's damn light. So, 2018.
Yeah.
December 2018. I did not see this opening night because I didn't. With the current job I have now, I'd be dead the next day. So I went over on where we saw Infinity War and Endgame off of Param. Over there by Walmart, the Regal.
Yeah.
Saw this. It wasn't in 3D, but it was a 9 a.m. showing, so I could go to the town center, get those 2 hours knocked out, and be over to make showtime. You guys know I was stoked for this movie because I loved The Force Awakens. And I was like, The Last Jedi. And then the trailer, because we watched the trailer. I mean, not on this channel. This channel didn't exist yet. But it was like, it's time for the Jedi to end. I was like, oh man, Star Wars is back. This is awesome. Thank you, Disney.
It's the last.
And it's like,
Afterwards,
this
it's
Christmas.
like dun dun dun.
So
why,
let me.
Why is this not the last?
Should have been never made. So let me set the scene, because if nothing else, I'm a wordsmith. I can paint a beautiful picture with nothing but my words. So here's this god-awful Bob Ross picture. I get there. I never order food at the theater. I had the biggest thing of popcorn, the biggest thing of Dr. Pepper. I was ready. So when the movie started, I literally got out of my chair 4 separate times throughout that movie and was ready to walk right out. When I walked out of that theater, I said to myself, I will never, ever see another Star Wars movie. Not just in the theater, ever. And I haven't. To this day. Solo, Episode 9, I haven't seen it. Then, I think I got a couple texts either from you and Will, or it was you and Will.
Probably me and Will.
No, that's right. We really didn't gel until a little bit after that.
Okay.
Yeah. Regardless, we're here now. That's what matters. Yeah.
So,
And it's like, oh, how's the movie? And I just didn't respond because I didn't know how to respond except for with unyielding rage. And I got there Monday. It's like, oh, especially Will.
yeah.
He was like, oh man, I texted you. You know, how was it? How was it? Is it everything you thought? Was it okay? I said it was the worst piece of shit I have ever seen with my own 2 eyes. What? So,
It couldn't have been better. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I painted a picture. Couldn't see him clear with my tennis glasses.
that's all I have to say right at this moment.
Okay.
So I will let either of you, whatever you have to say on top of that, or should I just start the thing? Or
Start the thing.
Let it roll.
Oh, for the love of God! And I've only seen this movie once, by the way, and it was that
And
morning.
it was enough.
Yes.
More than enough. I can't wait to see Last Jedi.
In a polarized world, the next installment of the franchise, all about balance and non-attachment, will be worshipped, hated, and obsessed over until it's not even fun to talk about anymore.
This is not going to go the way you think.
We know Star Wars fans by now. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. forget the love letter to the originals that was The Force Awakens, because Episode 8 subverts everything you've come to expect, making it the
Worst one ever.
Aw, who invited the original Honest Trailer voice back? Are you really gonna do the old ones are better / new ones are better thing we did with The Force Awakens?
The only way to talk about Star Wars now is in absolutes, so yes.
Kinda Sithy of you, but fine. Making Last Jedi a refreshing update to a predictable formula.
That spits in the face of everything you once loved.
Whiner,
Traitor.
meet the new class of heroes coming into their own, like Rey, who after being called by Luke's lightsaber, is called by the Jedi text, called by a big wet hole, and called by her greatest frenemy.
Yet still gets zero answers to any of her questions.
I thought I'd find answers here. I was wrong.
Poe, who grows from a hotshot sexy pilot,
To a treasonous failure with more blood on his hands than the Empire.
First Order,
Same difference.
and Finn, who went from a deserter running away from the war.
To a deserter running away from the war.
With the help of newcomer Rose, he'll learn to put the greater good above himself.
Thanks to a pointless side quest to Casino Royale.
Because how dare they spend 15 minutes connecting the action to a larger theme?
The larger theme being, is it possible to miss pod racing? I didn't think so, but here we are.
But forget about the butthurt fanboys who are just mad the movie isn't closer to the one they wrote in their heads.
Hey,
Because there's still all the old favorites like Leia, a battle-hardened general trying to keep the spark of hope alive.
and she's in a coma.
Chewbacca,
Who gets nothing to do.
and Luke Skywalker.
Who after sad old Han and sad old Leia really drives home how your heroes are all sad and old now.
He's turned his back on the franchise after watching the prequels.
The legacy of the Jedi is failure.
And not even reruns of A New Hope can change his mind.
It was a cheap move. Because what Star Wars fans really needed was to see their idol throw his lightsaber away like it was some kind of joke. And Star Wars is not a joke to me.
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about...
Rian Johnson ruined my childhood like you ruined the laws of space battle.
There are no laws to space battle.
There should be.
Luke isn't the only Skywalker who has issues with the franchise. Kylo Ren is back, and he's demanding a full reboot.
Let the past die. Kill it, if you have to.
When he doesn't look like he's about to cry, which is always.
Because he's wearing carbon fiber bandage.
Watch as he ditches the Vader fanboy act, the Mighty Duck mask, and his shirt. Banned.
Ooh, hey, you distracted me on purpose.
Too late, moving on. Get ready for truly unexpected answers to the puzzles of Episode 7.
That can only be answered by asking, what are the most disappointing answers to the puzzles of Episode 7?
Like who are Rey's parents?
Nobody.
Who is Snoke?
Some dead guy.
And how did Maz Kanata get Luke's lightsaber?
It doesn't matter, and you're stupid for asking.
That after all the hours of speculation and analysis was genuinely exhilarating. Whoa. How do we keep from a certain point of viewing each other?
Yeah, we're both pretty big Star Wars nerds, huh?
So gear up for the most divisive Star Wars film ever made.
Where Rian Johnson either doesn't understand the lore,
Or he made the first Star Wars movie that lives up to the values it preaches, instead of endorsing royal bloodlines and reckless aggression.
okay, enough division. Let's say our favorite things about it on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3. Ren and Kylo team up to fight the Praetorian Guard. How about Yoda hitting Luke with a stick? Porgs! Wait, really?
Yeah, I'll own it. Okay, now, least favorite.
Hold on, not telling anyone her plan.
I get knocking Poe down a peg, but come on. They're taking shuttles to a fort. Why make everyone think they're gonna die?
I can't argue with that, though I'm sure people will.
Should we do this again for Solo?
Nah.
I'm not gonna see that crap.
Starring
Half the Star Wars fan base.
Salt.
Blu-ray,
Luke Teat Milker.
Carrie Poppins.
Finn the Human.
I've been kissed by a rose on the brain.
Kai so serious.
Snope.
Give me the car key keys, your car key nerf herder.
Short Round.
Pew.
Brienne of Darth.
Oughts to be you.
And Redemption for Star Wars Kid.
Star Wars, the last one you'll pay to see.
Until the next one comes out.
Maybe. It is time for my fandom to end.
Did you hear JJ finish the script for episode 9?
My fandom is back. Temporarily.
Want more Star Wars stuff? Click the box.
What they say about anger
It makes
leads
noises.
to hate.
Digital noises.
Still recording.
Yes.
I'm not going to go through every little nitpick I have with this movie. I'll just stick with the basics, the main points.
Okay.
And I'll start off at the beginning. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah.
That was the first get up out of my seat. And that was just a few minutes into the film.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me? Well, I might jump around a little bit.
Okay.
Second get out of my seat was, like I said, I've only seen this movie once, and if I get these out of order, I apologize, but not really. The casino planet, Canto Bight, the casino planet.
Stupid. No point to it.
Yeah, there's absolutely zero point to it. Yoda.
Is that Puppet Yoda?
Oh, you think I'd be happy about that? And I was, that they actually used a puppet instead of CGI. But
That's
did you notice what I noticed about Yoda? He was being crazy a-hole Yoda. Instead of stoic, Red Letter Media has already said this, but I'll echo what they said. He was crazy Yoda because he was testing Luke. But once Luke realized that this was the Jedi Master and it shattered preconceptions and notice of what a Jedi is, looks like, can do, blah, 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 which that continues in his lessons, a la the X-Wing being lifted, because I can't do it, it's too heavy. Do or do not. You'd think I was a fan of Star Wars. That was number 3? Yeah, number 3. When I started to come around to this movie, was when they killed Snoke. And I was like, what?
Right.
And then those two look at each other, and then they start fighting the Praetorian, whatever the hell they're called, the guards. And I was like, they're going to team up. This is going in a direction I was digging it.
Right.
Broke up the lightsaber, did a complete 180. Because that was around the same time that they did the hold-up maneuver that split everything, and I was like, that's a cool visual, but
Stupid.
You know, a lightsaber never locked into another lightsaber that whole movie.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, when the flashback of Luke, he went to strike Ben, and then Ben, I was like, that was a fantasy. That was a lie. That never happened.
Yeah.
Nobody actually fought lightsaber to lightsaber. I guess that could be technically a gripe number 4, but we're talking about get out of the seat moments. So the final get out of the seat moment was the I'm not really here, see you around kid, and then subsequent death of Luke Skywalker. It could have been handled better.
Yeah.
They already established his X-Wing was it was buried in the water.
Right.
It would have meant more if he would have died physically there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But also the Rose saving Finn thing was.
I don't even count that because I count that as part of the Canto Bight casino thing. I just lump that all into one
Okay.
because it's dumb.
The Rose Finn.
And then the Phasma stuff when they get captured, I just lump that all in.
Okay.
That's the easiest money Benicio del Toro ever made.
Yes.
So what do you have to add to any of that? Did you guys ever see that movie in the theater?
In theater there.
No, I think I saw it at the house.
And how bad was your experience?
Not as bad as yours.
Yeah, it's easier to swallow on a smaller screen.
Well, why, well,
I didn't pay $13.
well, why is that, Dan? Well, because you're an asshole, Brad. Well, thank you, Dan. Only good compliments.
I heard a lot about you.
So,
Only the good stuff, right?
I don't remember. Have you ever seen The Rise of Skywalker?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Dad brought it to the house. I think the last one I saw in the theater was not the Last Jedi.
The Force Awakens?
Force Awakens. Saw that in 3D.
In 3D.
3D. 3D.
So I vividly remember the trailer for The Rise of Skywalker came out. Because this Solo came out, I had no interest whatsoever. That was the only movie that came out, right? Except for Rogue One, but I saw Rogue One in theater.
Right.
I refused to watch that. But little Jeff, he's like, no, it's a love letter to Star Wars. I was like, yeah, it's a love letter. It's a
Dear John, this isn't working out.
I mean,
I think we should see other people.
the only highlight of it, I mean,
Just let them see.
I'll always
you have to see that
love-
movie through a lens.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it objectively, it's terrible.
Right.
But if you look at it as a not jaded, if you look at it as with nothing but those nostalgia glasses on, they keep throwing. They have cameos from Ponda Baba and the pig-faced dude from the cantina.
Right. Yeah.
C-3PO, R2-D2.
Right. Very nice film.
I'm going somewhere with that idea.
Okay.
You remember how you said a little bit ago, less is more?
Yeah.
And, Red Letter Media, I'm bringing it up again, they said in a couple of their reviews of these movies, and that's where I got the old creatively bankrupt. I borrowed it from Red Letter Media in our wrestling videos because WWE can't think of anything new.
Right.
Rich Evans says Star Wars is creatively bankrupt.
Yeah.
You just can't expand on anything, you can't do anything new until we get to The Mandalorian. Because I had Disney Plus for a year because of being on Verizon.
Yep.
I love The Mandalorian.
First season.
The first season, yes. So,
Clarify.
I asked you about the opera
Right.
scene. Spoilers. So if you want to skip to the reaction, just scrub a double way. And wait for this face to turn to this face. Then you'll know. Brad's wholly original idea that I haven't seen anywhere else. And I want your opinions on it.
Okay.
So it has been confirmed in canon. No, it's in canon. In both the Legend, which is pre-Disney buyout,
Okay.
and after Disney bought them because they came out with canonized books about Darth Vader's past.
Right.
That
And a comic book.
Huh?
And a comic book.
Yeah, comic book, yeah. That Sidious, Chancellor Palpatine, for the non-initiated, manipulated the midichlorians and basically created / is the father of Anakin.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, we know this. We know that.
Okay. That's our groundwork. That's our foundation from where I'm building this. Don't look so bored.
No.
He's like, no, I got my thinking cap
Piecing.
on.
It's
And
just
he's piecing
skin.
out.
It's just skin.
I look over here. All right. So if we're going familial, so that's Anakin to Luke, which would make Palpatine grandpa to Luke, and Leia, right? Okay. So
Great grandpa.
Vader, father to Luke and Leia. Leia and Han have Ben,
Yeah.
aka Kylo Ren. Ben, grandfather. Ben's grandfather. I know. Shut up. Ben's grandfather. It's all up here. I'm trying to sort it out. But my filing cabinets are locked.
Where's our whiteboard? Here's Vader.
I'm getting ever so close to that picture.
No, the scene from Always Sunny in Philadelphia was better.
Full disclosure.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. So, Ben, grandfather,
Vader.
Vader.
Gotcha.
Great grandfather, Palpatine. Okay. Palpatine. All right, so we've established what I put down so far.
Yes.
You're picking up what I put down.
Right.
All right, so go back to episode 1. We're a little bit before episode 1. Palpatine.
That's what you're referring to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Palpatine
Probably.
has relations with somebody or manipulates midichlorians.
Right.
That's the official term for intercourse in Star Wars lore. Oh, girl, he manipulated them midichlorians to create. I haven't seen it. You have. Is it Rey's mom or dad the offspring of Palpatine? Is it the mom? Because they're both killed, right? That's my understanding. Is that both of the parents?
left. I'm trying to remember.
Right.
That's
Soldier for drinking money.
no, that's every space story now. It's like everybody. You were there, and then you left. It's like and somehow Forrest Whitaker gets thrown in the mix. Shouldn't take that sip. Slow. You got this. Take a breath. There you go. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, like I said, it's yeah, because wasn't her dad was still alive.
I thought the mom and dad were alive and they went to this planet and then they were killed.
Well, I think-
Regardless.
They don't matter, anyways.
Yeah, I know.
They're nobody.
They were filthy drunkers.
Filthy junkers.
Palpatine had an offspring of that. Those two had Rey.
Yes.
Rey is the granddaughter to Palpatine.
Right.
What's Ben to Palpatine?
Grandson.
Great. Great grandson.
Those bitches are related.
Great grandson. Yeah.
Rey and Ben are related.
Yeah.
Face removed.
Ever since that removed.
On your mother's side, Ben.
What does it make us?
Absolutely nothing. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. All right. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why do I say that like I'm a teacher? After I finish explaining
You
a
got
course.
that? Have you got that so far?
That's my rudimentary. I mean, that's if he created Vader, he's daddy.
Yeah. Well, like I said, when you look at all the old stories, there's always the story that Luke. They never said anything as far as like having a wife, but they always had.
Oh, Mara Jade. Well, before the Disney buyout, him and Mara Jade had
Yeah. So they had a child.
right, and then
And
Ben.
then
I mean,
there was
Han and
never-
Leia had triplets.
Yeah.
And one of
There was
those kids
also-
went bad.
There was also the question after the Clone Wars to Luke finding Ben, did he have children? So that's what there was always going to be that question with. I know that. I know. So like I said, you had all these stories.
You'll get that in a minute.
Which made the whole who
I like it.
who are Rey's parents. Don't look at me. So yeah, it's like it could have been anybody, in a sense.
I was thinking Obi-Wan.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense to be Obi-Wan.
Right.
But like I said,
I mean, the accent. Right, Red Letter Media again. It's like Mike was like, "Oh, is she a Skywalker? Is she a Kenobi? Oh, let's make her a Palpatine. What are the other options? Is she a Kaya Mundi? Dickhead?" It's like, well, she's got kind of a forehead going on.
What is your name? Ray. Ray what? Ray Lucas.
She could be a Windu. Well, that really wouldn't work. All right.
I'll just put two little screws right here. She'd be a Tano. Are you Twilight? A little. A little on my daddy's side. It's like a Tano. What?
Giggity.
Oh, yeah. Bo-Katan's her mother. So you curse everyone. Bo-Katan's your
From
mom.
Colin
Mahogany
Trevorrow
table.
until someone saw the Book of Henry, and the director who's never seen a landing he could not stick, comes the epic conclusion to The Force Awakens. Star Wars Episode 7.5, The Rise of
Force
Skywalker.
needs
I got a
coffee.
bad feeling about this.
The Last Jedi asked you to forget everything you knew about Star Wars. So when some fans threw the kind of fit usually reserved for ethics and games journalism, Disney panicked and tried to mash the pieces back together in this hollowed-out shell of a trilogy that's missing any consistency in its plot, themes, or characters. Unless you fill in the blanks on Twitter, read all the novels, and happen to be running some Fortnite squads with the boys during the crossover event.
The day of victory is at hand.
The day of revenge. The day of the Sith.
Oh, that's what the Dead Speak was referencing. Fortnite. Just like how Return of the Jedi revealed the second Death Star in Root Beer Tapper. When we left them, the Resistance was down to its last gasp, and the First Order reigned supreme. Now, stuff has happened, and the Resistance is back to fighting strength, while the First Order is taking loans from the rich old grandpa they don't call anymore. They'll strike a dark bargain with the only character left on the rotting carcass of the original trilogy, Palpatine, or a clone of him that's like rotting away, and Snoke is also a clone and he's being pickled? I don't know, not super clear. The Emperor is enacting the same plan he had last time, troll a young Jedi into striking him down.
Strike me down, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete.
Strike me down.
And my spirit will pass into you.
And with that bit, hit it with the old zap
That's
ass.
possession.
But luckily, the same Luke Skywalker who bailed in this whole mess also left a scavenger hunt to stop him, sending our heroes running to find the thingy
The location of the Wayfinder has been inscribed upon this dagger.
that leads to the other thingy
The Emperor's Wayfinder is in the Imperial Vault.
that leads to the bad guy.
She's going to Exegol. She's showing us how to get there.
While the First Order keeps sending them running whenever some character growth is about to happen.
There's an incoming destroyer.
Gotta go now. Man, we're about to be cooked. We gotta go. They're coming.
What?
Come on.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about this film, and the biggest issue it has at its core is, oh no, TIE fighters! Everybody scram! All the new characters you still barely know after 3 movies have returned. Like Poe, who I guess was a smuggler at some point,
Your friend's old job was running spice.
completing his arc from Han Solo
Running
type
spice.
to just
So that's
Han
where the
Solo,
Pumpkin Spice craze came
Finn,
from.
who's still
K2.
fighting against all odds to keep himself in the movie.
I need to go alone.
We go together. We're all in this.
Gotta go after her.
Jesus.
Maz Kanata, who snatched a medal out of Leia's cold hands just to please some 40-year-old fanboys. These poor schmucks, whose stories must have been cut for time. Kylo Ren, continuing the Skywalker tradition of being a genocidal death cultist who's redeemed by a single act of good. And Rey, who's taken Luke's X-Wing, his lightsaber, his book collection, possibly his childhood home, and his last name.
Ray who? Ray Skywalker.
Huh. Was Rey playing the long game? Because I think Luke just got talented Mrs. Ridley. Don't like the newcomers? Don't worry. No one is ever really gone. Rejoin your old pals 3PO, Chewie, Luke, Leia, Han, and Lando, who are so sidelined at this point that one of them is fake memory wiped.
Memory restoration complete.
One of them fake dies. One of them thinks Last Jedi was for fake fans only.
Jedi's weapon deserves more respect.
One of them dies from causing the fake death of her son. One of them died 2 movies ago and is so over this franchise he wouldn't even get a haircut to cameo as a memory. And one of them is alive and well enough to seemingly hit on his own daughter.
Shaggy
Well,
goose.
let's find out.
Didn't know that's who Janna was supposed to be? It was in the Rise of Skywalker visual companion book, idiot. You should have been reading that in between rounds of Fortnite. Call yourself a Star Wars fan. So strap in for a conclusion that brings so much new to the franchise. From the new
She
Force
cleared it.
powers that would have really come in handy for
But
Qui-Gon
Anakin couldn't
Jinn,
jump over.
to hammering it home that all these dead stormtroopers were actually kidnapped children.
Harvest more of the galaxy's
Well, he skipped
To
leg day and
finally
then he
see
wishes
the
he
Knights of
didn't skip
Ren
leg day.
do absolutely nothing, then go out like a bunch of weak-ass punks.
That's right. Don't do it.
and mercifully brings the new Star Wars cinematic era to a close with a sloppily constructed, hastily executed mess that managed to do the impossible. Unite fans who loved The Last Jedi and fans who hated The Last Jedi by pleasing none of them.
It's on fire! Whole thing's on fire!
Starring
Oh, we're using our made-up names. Then I'm Ray Skywalker.
Marco Polo, Gentle Ben, Use the Force, me, the only consistent character across all 9 films. Participation trophies.
Don't force so hard. You'll end up just like your brother.
An old man wearing the same outfit he had in his 20s.
Cut off my mane!
The Rocketeer, Roland James Dio.
Tony Sid cloned this in a cave!
Bland Moff Tarkin. A rose by any other name would get to speak. How can I be a mechanic? I have no arms. Darth Sibelius. You know what's cooler than 1 Captain Phasma? 6 Captain Phasmas. And Rey's dramatic reveal phase. Star Wars Episode 9, The Last Star Wars. For a while at least. I really need to think this through. You know, I'm starting to think it's a bad idea for one studio to make every big movie.
I was cybernetically engineered to pilot a spacecraft. You were cybernetically engineered to be a douchebag. What'd you do to the droid?
What'd you do to the Falcon?
Falcon's a lot better shape than he is.
BB-8's not on fire.
What's left of him isn't on fire. On your left.
That's like,
But there are more of us, Poe.
What is all this? This is like they shut up.
Your...
Good Lord. I have 0 to add to that. 0. Except, I know when they were fighting on top of the wreckage in the water, that was supposed to be Endor. That was the wreckage from the second Death Star. The hull of it.
oh, okay, yeah.
Does anybody remember what happened in Return of the Jedi? It was obliterated. Wouldn't it have turned on? Wouldn't it have just destroyed the whole eco? Shut up, Brian. So that was the sequel trilogy. We've got one more Star Wars thing to look at, and that'll be next time. And this will be the honest trailer for The Mandalorian. And I'm going to go ahead and give a spoiler warning from this outro of this video. We're going to do the first half of that video as a recap of Season 1. And the second half of the video will be full-on spoilers for Season 2 of The Mandalorian. So, you have been warned. Banana, I'm charging my attack.